And we come to you from the Walt Price Student Fitness Center on the campus of Everett Community College. And we're ready for some NWAC men's basketball Elite 8 action. The Final Four teams trying to punch their ticket into the Final Four. Hello, everybody. Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler. Buddy Patrick, our statistician tonight. And we're getting set for some NWAC basketball. And Bill Kusler, I think they got it right when they dispensed last year with getting rid of the placement games. This is college basketball. This is March Madness. Win and go on, lose and go home.
Puts a lot on the line for these ball clubs. You're right, Tom, and it does mimic the final 64 of March Madness, and I think it's a great thing, and the tournament has gone really well here so far.
Quick look at the starters for the Whatcom Orcas. They'll start Leif Anderson, a 6'2 sophomore out of Seaholm High School. Tanner Clark, a 5'10 freshman out of Seaholm. Quint Dougherty, a sophomore 6'3 out of Homer, Alaska. Alex Martin, a 6'3 freshman out of Meridian High School in Bellingham. And Dalton Lutens from Linden Christian High School. He's a 6'6 sophomore for the Whatcom Orcas. Their head coach, Tom Rawlings, out of Bellingham. The Walla Walla Warriors out of Walla Walla, Washington. Landon Radliff, a guard, 6'1 out of Richland High School. Dalton Thompson from Post Falls, Idaho, a 6'5 freshman. Colin Bakalarski, a 6'3 sophomore from South Kitsap High School. Gabe Porter, a sophomore at 6 foot. He's from Walla Walla, right there in town. And Bo Tilleman from Genesee High School, Genesee, Idaho, a sophomore at 6'9, their head coach, Jeff Rhineland. And we are set for the opening tip-off. The winner to take on either Mount Hood or Lower Columbia. They play later on this evening. Here we go, underway, and it'll be controlled by Walla Walla in the gold uniforms. Moving to our left, the Walla Walla Warriors, and he's a three ball right away, and down it goes for Colin Bakalarski.
Bakalarski averaging almost 21 points per ball game. Porter averaging almost 23 a game. Very guard-oriented offense for the Warriors.
And now Whatcom, the first time they had the basketball, there's an NBA three, and answering on the other end is Leif Anderson out of Seaholm. He says, here you go, take that.
Both teams very good on the offensive end, each team with 4 players averaging in double figures.
As they work the perimeter over to the right side, that is a Bakalarski back over for a three ball that will not go this time for Dalton Thompson, and it's cleared out by Whatcom. Here come the Orcas in the dark black uniforms moving to our right. Their colors are blue, but this is about as dark a navy as you can have, and they're going to go for another three. Will that one go? No. One goes in for Leif Anderson. This one does not, and the rebound taken down by Bo Tilleman for Walla Walla, and here come the Warriors in a 3-3 tie. Backing down, going around, putting it up, and putting it in. That is Bo Tilleman. The defender stood there and said, here you go, and he just went, so, excuse me, I'll just go around you.
Now, Tilleman, they're going to work him down low. He's 6'9". He's got 3 inches on Lutens on the defense, and they're going to take advantage of that height.
And there's a shot. It's going to be a 2-ball from the top of the key that won't go for Quinn Dougherty, but he's going to have to earn him at the free throw line. He's got 2 coming up here as he was fouled on the way up, and that foul is going to be on Colin Bakalarski out of South Kitsap High School, his first personal, first team foul, and a couple of free throws here for Quinn Dougherty. First free throw is good, and that's the first lead for Whatcom at 5-4. Next one, excuse me, that's at, it's 5-4 now. Whatcom, Walla Walla still with the lead. So made one, missed one, pulls them to within one at 5-4. Walla Walla, 3-ball on the way. That one won't go. Offline by Bakalarski, and the rebound's going to be taken down by Whatcom. Orcas on the attack here, down by 1. Top of the key, Anderson.
Both teams using a man-to-man defense.
Alex Martin goes in, won't go. And the rebound grabbed down by Landon Radliff for the Warriors. And Walla Walla, they come out of backcourt, leading by 1. That top, very top of the key for a 3-ball, and down it will go for Gabe Porter.
Porter, their leading scorer. He's leading the team in minutes. And at 23 points per ball game, he does not hesitate to take that outside shot. We watched him in warm-ups burying a bunch of those.
Hometown hero, former Blue Devil from Walla Walla High School, and out of backcourt, Thompson will bring it up off the steal for the Warriors, leading it by 4, their biggest lead of the game. Here in the early going, the final 8 The Elite Eight playing, and another one goes down. Gabe Porter says, here's another one, and he puts it up, and it's at a 7-point lead.
Yeah, you're going to have to sell out if you play defense on him, not help, and just make sure you're in his face.
Turnaround jumper will not go. That's going to be a miss for Tanner Clark. And again, out of backcourt, Porter. And they're going to just have a, that's probably what you have to do too. If he's going by you, just grab hold and hope he doesn't get all the way to the, of course he's been hitting him from outside. This time it looked like he was going inside.
That's the problem. That's always the question. You have a guy who's burying him from outside, and you try to face him up and get right in his grill. And if he plays the way Gabe Porter does, he can drive right by you.
Leif Anderson with the foul, his first personal, first team foul. Outside three ball, down it will go for Dalton Thompson. So the Post Falls, Idaho native says, I got one too, and here it goes up, and it's a 10-point lead here in the early going for the Warriors from Walla Walla.
4 of 5 from three-point range to start this game.
And we're going to have a foul away from the basketball, and I think they're going to get Gabe Porter. He's going to pick up a foul. I think trying to clear out a little bit too much space. That's his first personal foul, second team foul. Both teams with wins yesterday, as Walla Walla beat Pierce 69-67, and Whatcom beat Clark in overtime. Here's a shot, bounces, comes off, back rim, no good. Missed by Dalton Lutens for Whatcom. They're getting one shot at it, and Walla Walla's only needing one shot because they've been going in. Missing the lay-in there is Landon Radliff. He's upset with himself and got fouled on the way in, so he can earn them at the free throw line.
Ratliff, a 79% free throw shooter throughout the season.
The foul's going to be called here. Quinn Doherty picks it up. First personal, second team. First free throw is good.
Whatcom letting things get away from them here early.
Next one for Radliff is good. The other nice thing about the new scheduling with 2 games this weekend, 2 games next weekend, the winner doesn't have to play 4 consecutive games. Here's a long outside shot. That won't go. That was a miss by Alex Martin.
You got to be careful not to get too excited. You still don't need to go through your offense and work through your progressions. That type of shooting is not going to help them.
There's a long outside shot by Porter again, but it's going to be flagged down by Radliff. He'll shoot it, get it into the corner, and down goes Dalton Thompson after he released. There's another outside three. Count the basket and one. Chance for a 4-point play for Gabe Porter. Bill, we've watched 4 minutes and 9 seconds of this game. Walla Walla's not afraid to shoot outside.
They certainly aren't indeed, and that time he was way outside the three-point range, drew the foul, and was able to put that ball in. Another thing, when you're shooting threes like that, a lot of long rebounds that Walla Walla has been able to corral.
Tanner Clark with the foul, his first, third team. Free throw's good. 4-point play for Porter, and the lead is 16 points here in the early going.
Porter with 10 points already.
Wow. Swing a pass, and the ball's going to be knocked into backcourt. They're going to say over and back. Tried to save it there. Quinn Doherty did. Now the officials are going to talk it over with each other. Bob Holloway, Jesse St. Pierre, Tyler Morales are the officials. I'm not sure that he landed in backcourt. Yeah, apparently he did. So they talked about it, had a little discussion, which is the right thing to do. Make sure you get the call right.
Yep, exactly. Did you see what I saw? Yeah, I did indeed see it, and the ball goes that way.
So it is going to be Walla Walla. Like Walla Walla needs a break in this game. Of course, yesterday we saw Shoreline up by as much as 15 points in the game, and they lost the game. So no lead is too safe here in NWAC basketball.
It's true. A lot of teams can put a lot of points on the board quickly.
Here's a shot is blocked in there. Callian Hayes, I think. No, check it was Dalton Luton's got the block. Now a Whatcom on the attack. Shot on the way that will not go for Liam Murphy. Murphy misses. Now it's Martin with it. Clock is out. We had problems with it last night. They apparently couldn't. Now off the knee, and Dalton Luton's will lose it out of bounds on the turnover. That's their third turnover. And Walla yet to have a turnover.
Does no one notice that the clock is out, or do they not care?
Well, I think yesterday we got used to it. Now they're going to stop things because the clock is out. Apparently they didn't make a repairs last night because we had problems with it in the last 2 games last evening.
So what they end up doing, if they can't fix it, they'll have to turn off the other one and go without both of them. I think that's what the officials are discussing right now.
See, that's just a wonder, and then if they're going to keep track of the shooting, because that's the only shooting clock, though.
Huh.
And we've had also last night then the PA announcer, they're going to play on, and the PA announcer, I think, will announce 10 seconds when it's 10 on the shot clock.
Whatcom putting up a little token pressure, not too much, full court.
Bakalarski, they like that spot. That's a magic spot right square top of the key.
Somebody's got to keep them away from that spot.
Yeah, stick a hand in his face. They're 6 for 10 from outside the arc. Foul called. Down hard to the ground went Liam Murphy. And we're going to have our first media timeout of the ball game. We'll step aside with 14:42 to play in the first half of action. It is Walla Walla 23, Whatcom 4. You're watching the NWAC Men's Basketball Tournament on STSPN.com.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
He has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Back to action here in Everett. The final 8 teams, 2 of them have been decided. We've already had 2 games played here. Earlier today, it was Tacoma over Peninsula, and Umpqua beat South Puget Sound to go into the Final Four. They play next Saturday. And the final 2 teams will be decided here in the nightcap, the 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock games. And there's a drive going in, laying is up and good for Alex Martin.
There's a nice take to the hoop. Get that basket out of the timeout. They got a play set up. We're able to capitalize on it, but their problems have been more on the defensive end.
Or lack of defensive end. Colin Bakalarski double pump and puts it in. Well, they can hit from near range too.
Well, he did a great job. He didn't force it all the way to the basket where the tall trees were. He just stepped up, took about a 6-foot jumper and put it right down.
Back to a 19-point lead. 3 ball on the other end. Short, no good. Back up, and that one will go. The miss by Luton's. The pickup and the putback is up by Liam Murphy out of Olympia, a former Olympia Bear, and it's 25-8. Just that easy. They go way deep inside this time for Bo Tilleman.
And what do? You let them out, they'll just rain them from the outside, and as soon as you chest them up outside, they just get it into their big 6'9" guy.
Going in, kind of an off-balance shot for Alex Martin. Taken out of backcourt by Radliff. To Bakalarski, back to Radliff as they work around the perimeter for a 3 ball in the corner, and it rattles. Well, they like it over there too, the deep in the left corner.
I should say, Porter now with 13 first half points.
Wow. 38. A 22-point lead for Walla Walla. Dribbling in, reverse lay-in, won't go. Missed by Murphy. And a grab down by Radliff. Gives it off to Bakalarski, and they'll bring it to the front court. Walla Walla with a big lead.
Yep, that's what you see.
Yep.
You see what Luton's did. He came out. He was going to prevent the free, and he just went right back door behind him.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Coach, what do I do? Tom Rollins in his first year is going, boy, this is a first-year lesson. Of course, Walla Walla head coach Jeff Reinland has been there for 24 seasons.
And Walla Walla they're coming to this game at 21-8. Luton's picked up the foul, his first personal 4th team. Free throws here for Bakalarski.
They take Tilleman out, and then they bring in 6'10" Gary Engstrom off the bench. So
they go small, huh?
So that just gives them that inside option. When you're shooting so well from the outside, you pick your poison on defense.
So 31-8, out to the biggest lead, 23 points for Walla Walla. That's Murphy. He'll shoot a jumper that was partially deflected, I think, because it didn't even get anywhere near the rim. And Porter brings it up himself out of backcourt, stops and pops, and I thought it was going to go in on the second try. It didn't, and the rebound controlled. Here's Martin going in, lost the handle. It went out of bounds. It's a good call. I thought it did go off of, I don't know.
That's why they're down here. We're way up here.
Yeah.
That's just fine.
I guess from 3 stories up, it's hard to make every call correct.
Well, the Warriors are threatening to make the Orcas an endangered species tonight.
Yeah, they may be not long for the world. And now dribbling through, and they're just kind of watching them drive by. Here's a turnaround. No one to pass to, so Bakalarski puts it up, won't go. Martin out of backcourt. Feeds it right side for a 3 ball, and it will go down for Dante Lewis from Lake Stevens High School, right here in the Everett area. So he's got some fans in the stands watching Dante Lewis play. That's going to be an over and back. Good defensive pressure there by the Orcas, kind of just forcing him and using that midcourt stripe as one of your defenders.
Right, and as you said earlier, this game is far from over, but Whatcom is going to have to make a run. They brought in Lewis. Lewis has his first shot. Let's see if that gives him some confidence and he can continue some shooting there, get Whatcom going more offensively. It looks like they are trying to run plays for him.
Outside, long 3 ball, won't go. That was a miss from way outside by Austin Honeycutt out of Ferndale High School. And there's Walla Walla. Bakalarski over for a 3 that won't go. And I agree with him. Gabe Porter complained that he got just about had his arm pulled out of the socket as he let go of the ball, but there was no call. Shot didn't go down, and it's Whatcom's basketball, down by 20. Leif Anderson now going for, I'm not sure if, I thought he stepped out on the out-of-bounds line. Well, he didn't step on the out-of-bounds line. He carried the basketball, palmed the ball. Dante Lewis commits the turnover, and it's right back over to Walla Walla. Yesterday, Whatcom beat Clark 84-78 in overtime, while Walla Walla was beating Pierce County 69-67. The Final Four against the winner of Mount Hood and Lower Columbia.
That looked to me like Bakalarski was clearing out with his forearm, but they called the foul on the defender.
So it's going to be on Lewis, his first, 5th team. Out of bounds, Walla Walla. Bakalarski just stops and puts it up, rims off, no good. And the rebound grabbed by Martin. He gets kind of clipped. In football, that's a clip, I think. Hit from behind. Coming up the floor was Gary Engstrom.
That was not very much contact.
No.
Sometimes when you're a big guy, you don't get away with that, though.
First personal foul, 4th team foul. And out of bounds now for the Orcas. Martin will throw it in from the far sideline. Martin directing traffic. He's got to do a lot of directing, down by 20. We probably don't have a 20-point play, so maybe one basket at a time, but one less turnover at a time would help too, and they turn the ball over. That's their 6th turnover. We haven't played 10 minutes yet.
Well, Alex Martin went back door. He got open. The pass was just overthrown.
So Walla Walla basketball leading by 20, 10:36 to play.
Let's see how serious they are with this full court press. Looks like it's going to go man to man and maybe try to double team somebody up. No, just trying to take some time off the clock, it looks like.
I think just working the time. Radcliffe over to Thompson, and it goes down for a 3 ball. Dalton Thompson out of Post Falls, Idaho, averaging 15.2 points per ball game. Puts that one in and opens up again a 23-point lead. The turnaround jumper that will not go for Honeycutt. And Radcliffe will bring it up for Walla Walla. To Thompson. Right back out again. Behind the back pass. Beautiful pass for the lay-in good by Telemann.
Landon Ratliff, you know, it's not too fancy if it works. And that was just an absolutely gorgeous pass. Shook the defender right out of his game, and another 2 points.
Got a timeout on the floor, 9:51 to play in the first half. It's been all Walla Walla so far, 36-11 over the Orcas of Whatcom. We're back to Everett right here on SCSPN.com.
There is no obstacle an engineer can't tackle, build around, or blow up. Skilled and versatile, these soldiers pave the way, building fortifications, detecting and destroying mines, or restoring electricity after a natural disaster. Nothing stands in the way of a guard engineer.
See, I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that. So I just started working at Helvetica, which is a local design firm. The Falls definitely prepared me for getting a good job right out of college.
My name is Morgan Lynch. This is my college, my community.
And we welcome you back here. They're trying to fix the scoreboard underneath by just banging the basketball.
Maybe just throw the ball actually and smack the scoreboard.
We were saying it's like your grandma's old Philco TV last night. Just give it a good whack on the side. Or maybe you had a Sylvania or a Magnavox.
My old 69 Buick had an 8-track player that was like that.
Step out of bounds. Turnover. That can't
maybe we better explain to people what an 8-track player is.
Probably not anymore. You have to explain what a Buick is. Or a TV that's any thicker than about that wide. So, Walla Walla basketball. That's Radcliffe. New player in there now is Brandon Porter. Porter out of Eastmont High School in East Wenatchee. Corner, jumper, won't go, rattles off. Gabe Porter on the miss. We're going to have a foul called here.
Nice job on the offensive boards. Most of the attention was inside on Tilleman, and then Brandon Porter just snuck in there, got a nice offensive board.
Honeycutt with a foul, his first personal foul, 16th foul. We see Ron Siegel, the famous man who knows where they are now from the old Wayne Cody Sportsline show, has entered the building over behind the official bench there, making his way. Boy, he was on Cairo Sportsline 30 years ago.
Yeah, he was kind of old then.
Yeah, that's right. And he's still, I saw him at the state tournament.
You know what? He looks great, though.
Yeah. Yep. The man who knows where they are now. And you know what? He still knows where they are now. He doesn't know where he is, but no, Ron, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Underneath, the lay-in won't go. That's going to be a miss by Kelly and Hayes out of Bellingham.
It's not going to be as funny about 10 years from now, Tom.
I know. He would think it's funny. And I would say it right to his face, by the way. There's a three. Speaking of face, Dalton Thompson faces up and fires and makes it a 30-point lead for Walla Walla. Unbelievable that they've just rushed out here.
8 3-pointers made for the Warriors.
Wow. Radcliffe brings it up. Another one? Yeah. Well, why not? When it rains, it pours. Dalton Thompson joins the party again.
Number 9.
44-11. Leif Anderson will try on the other end. It won't go. Whatcom.
I think all of us have had one of those days where nothing went right.
Yeah.
And that's a whole team experiencing that here tonight. Really unfortunate. Whatcom is a much better team than they're showing.
Yeah, oh yeah. They came into this contest, Whatcom at 18-9. They were the number 4 seed. In fact, they were one of the low seeds that won yesterday. There were 5 lower seeds that won games yesterday in the round of 16.
That's impressive. Kind of like March Madness, to get those upsets.
We're going to have a foul called underneath. And they're going to, I think, say Dante Lewis, his second personal foul, and the 7th team. And that will send Dalton Thompson to the free throw line.
Well, we have played just short of 12 minutes. Whatcom held to 11 points. The defensive effort by Walla Walla has been really impressive.
And we're on track for about 125 points scored by the Warriors. Well, maybe they're taking after their namesake team, the Warriors. They like to rein in the threes.
Yeah,
the Splash Brothers.
Splash Brothers, yeah, I was just going to say.
So Thompson at the line.
And you would think that the Orcas would be the splash
That's
team,
true.
But
34 points, make it 35. Oh, yeah. 46-11. Yeah, I'm not sure which is more impressive, 46 or 11.
Yeah, they are both.
Whatcom
has missed some makeable shots, however.
Well, that last one, Liam Murphy, just a point-blank lay-in. It wouldn't go. And now they're going to whistle a foul here. It's going to be on Kellyan Hayes out of Bellingham High School, a Red Raider, his first personal 8th team foul.
Now another discussion going on between the officials.
I'm not sure what they're talking about.
I'm trying to read lips, but they're moving too fast.
You know what, in a game like this, let's just play on.
Maybe.
Oh, we don't get to keep it? There you go. The Baden basketball from the NWAC.
Do I get to keep it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's pretty. It's cool.
Can we drop it on somebody from here 3 stories up?
That's pretty neat, though.
Landon Ratliff at the line. Yeah, Bill, I'll give you $1 if you get David Kruger from the Seattle Times right in the back of the head down here at the press table. I think it's a blowout if we're talking about hitting the other members of the press.
Yeah,
with a
Todd Elvig just took the ball away from me. He said, no, I was just kidding. You don't get to keep it. Thanks, Todd.
Took away your toys. Here's Whatcom. Leif Anderson goes in a little wildly, but got fouled on the way down there. And Leif Anderson from Seaholm High School will go to the free throw line. And that's going to be on Bakalarski, picks up the foul. His second personal, 5th team foul.
Whatcom's been on 11 for a long time.
And there's a 12.
Good.
It's a 32-point lead. If you can't do the math, your screen is right. It's 48-12. Now 13. Ratliff brings it up. Lost the handle. Ball goes out of bounds off of, though, a Whatcom Orca off of Alex Martin. And so it will still be possession of the Walla Walla Warriors with 23 on the shot clock. Looking on the inbounds. Ratliff starts to dribble, directs traffic. Turnaround, face up, and fire. Wow. Dalton Thompson.
Their 10th 3.
They've scored 30 of their 51 points from beyond the arc. Wow. Martin goes in. Nope. Missed a couple of lay-ins there. And another rebound is going to be grabbed out here.
Walla Walla has had 4 games this year over 100 points. The biggest game, they scored 112 against Big Ben. Big Ben had 103, so that was a wild one.
Ding, dong, ding, dong. Isn't that? Oh, that's Big Ben, not Big Bend. Okay. First personal foul. Martin picks up the foul, his first 9th team foul. And free throws here for Dalton Thompson, Post Falls, Idaho. That one is good. Their 52nd point.
4 Idaho natives on the Walla Walla roster.
So Thompson hits a pair, and it's 53-13, 40-point lead. It was 30 just a minute ago. Now it's 40. Going in, Leaner count the basket. And one, I do believe, as Callian Hayes made a pretty strong move to the hoop.
That's what they need. They need to be aggressive inside. Oh, got the clock working. Hit the ground hard enough.
Yeah.
So what are they doing here? They're going to count the basket and say that the foul was after the basket.
Wow.
And give them possession as well.
So Whatcom gets it back after the foul, which was called there on Brandon Porter. His first is another force up that won't go. And Leif Anderson has to restrain his partner in backcourt there, Callian Hayes, who didn't like the call at all.
Yeah, but it's really frustrating when you're down that much. You gotta keep your poise.
And now they're sending both teams to the bench. I think they're going to talk about it, whether or not there was a foul in there. I'm not sure what I saw. If I saw what they're talking about, I didn't think it was that much of a contact. Leif Anderson kind of was going to argue, and then he saw that his teammate Callian Hayes was really going after. He thought, well, I'll stop arguing and go get Callian so he could stay in the ball game.
Yeah, I've got to save him. That was a smart move to get him settled, because he had that really nice physical play earlier, and they're going to need his toughness as the ball game progresses. They can make a little run, just maybe a 10-point run, just to give themselves a little bit of confidence, because it just seems like nothing's going right. Now they're going to go over to the scores table.
And they're going to look at the monitor. So they've got a special app on that monitor, which allows them to replay the last few minutes of our video feed. They control that from down there, so they're going to take a look at the monitor. And they're still deciding whether or not they saw enough of contact. So Hayes is going to pick up a foul, a regular foul.
So they continue to discuss it, and while they're discussing that, I just want to discuss what a gorgeous facility this is. Having the tournament here, yesterday, having games 8 o'clock game all the way up to a 10 o'clock at night game, and then they'll repeat the same thing tomorrow for the women, and then Sunday for the quarterfinals for the women. But we've been here for high school basketball tournaments and such, and the NWAC last year, and Everett Community College has a facility of which to be very proud.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. Lots of gyms you go in and go, well, yeah, we wish we had a bigger locker room, or wish we had done this. There's nothing wrong here. And they utilized the wood paneling on the end is from the old gym.
Yeah, I like the lighting. I like the track that they have up here. Just everything really well done. Enough seating, but not cavernous.
Yep.
But it's still kind of an intimate setting, and then you look around and you see the exercise machines and exercise bikes and all the different things in this athletic complex.
Well, they have a climbing wall out in the lobby.
How was it when you got up there to the top?
I met you there. So the officials continue to discuss this. Make a call. It's a 38-point game. 18 seconds to go in a 1-point game. I get it. But, in this game, let's just –
I'm going to talk to the coaches.
I think Tom Rawlings of Whatcom was just the same, too. Let's just play. We don't care. Give them the ball. We'll take the foul,
Now, are they calling a technical or a flagrant?
They must be going to call a flagrant. They haven't signaled it yet, though. But they're ready to go down and shoot some free throws here. Dalton Thompson is standing at the line.
So I wonder if there was a purposeful elbow thrown in that melee that we didn't really see.
So a flagrant foul is what they're calling on Hayes. So they got a foul and then a flagrant foul. So he just picked up 2 consecutive fouls in a row. And both free throws are good there for Dalton Thompson.
A total of about 8 bounces between those 2 free throws, but they both ended up going through, and then Walla Walla will get possession of the basketball as well. We still have almost 7 minutes remaining here in this first half. Thompson with 21 points.
But kind of going, did you see enough to have 2 fouls on the same play? No. That's when you see a guy laying there and he's checking to make sure all his parts are still attached to his body. But, okay, on we play in a 40-point ball game. And Walla Walla, big lead. They get it down low. Ball's going to be stripped away. 3 to shoot. Turn, fire, no. Radliff misses. But back up for a reload. That won't go for Porter. And Leif Anderson has it and brings it out of backcourt for Whatcom. Nice change of direction. Lay-in, no. Boy, the guards just have not been able to hit lay-ins for Whatcom.
Yeah, and they're drawing some fouls in there, but they're just unable to finish. Got to go up strong. Makes such a difference when you're at the line with an and one.
Porter picks up the foul. Brandon Porter for Walla Walla, his second personal, 7th team foul. And a timeout is going to be called here. So we'll step aside with 6:04 to play in the first half. It's Walla Walla 55, Whatcom 16. You're watching the NWAC basketball tournament on STSPN.com. Live here at the Walt Price Student Fitness Center on the campus of Everett Community College. Thanks for being with us here on STSPN.com. That cut our audio considerably. And here's a shot up and good. Leif Anderson with the free throw. And it's 55-17. Lost the handle on it there momentarily in the corner. Jesse Howells, but it's going to be stolen away. Taken, and lay-in is up and good. Alex Martin with a steal and the bucket for Whatcom.
Let's see if Whatcom can make a little run here. They got 4 consecutive now.
Go out to Radliff. Dribbles into the paint. Gets it down low. Rifles a pass back outside. And they're going to call.
A 3 seconds, I believe, on Tillman. Caught inside. Well, they really play inside out. They got that ball inside low, and he just rifled it back out past the 3-point line.
So here comes Whatcom. Anderson changes direction a couple of times. What'll he do? Turns, face, won't go. And the rebound grabbed by Bo Tillman for Walla Walla. Radliff into front court.
A little 1-3-1 zone action now being employed by the Orcas.
He'll feed it corner to Howells. Underneath, little power move, putting it up, no good. Missed by Tillman, grabbed by Whatcom. Orcas out of back court. Dante Lewis stops and pops, won't go. Flag down there. Alex Martin looked like he was going to pop it back up, and he did not do it. Lewis has it between the circles. 20 to shoot. So they will. Off it goes, won't go. Quinn Doherty with a miss. And Walla Walla clears, brings it down. Howells saved it from going out of bounds. Back out to the top to Thompson. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul and a timeout with 4:22 to play in the first half. It's Walla Walla 55, Whatcom 19. You're watching the NWAC men's basketball tournament on STSPN.com.
Lewis County is full of opportunities, especially when it comes to our food. Here, our farmers are growing food and making products that provide healthy, fresh, and tasty options for your family. Lewis County is also home to many restaurants that purchase directly from these farms and offer entire meals made with ingredients fresh off the farm. Meet your farmer, know your food. We make it easy in Lewis County.
Welcome back here. There's the Whatcom Orcas women's team. You can tell how much they're interested in the game by how many are looking at their phones rather than looking at the game. So supporting their team, they'll play tomorrow. The Orcas women's team. Free throw here for Dalton Thompson. Oh, excuse me, it was Walla Walla. It was the Walla Walla women's team. Sorry, I guess they're sitting behind the Walla Walla bench. I guess that's who it would be. I got some bad intel. Walla Walla takes on Clackamas tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Walla Walla's women's team 21-4. So good men's team, good women's team over in Walla Walla. 56-19 the score. Coming up on 4 minutes to play into the first half. Anderson. Yeah, he traveled with the basketball. I think he's trying to be a little bit too fancy. Just turn face and put it like you say, Bill, all year long. Take a 6-footer.
Yeah, but he's obviously frustrated because he's trying to do too much on his own. He's got to trust his teammates even with this kind of deficit.
Ball knocked away by Lewis. And a foul. Foul's going to be on Radliff.
Lewis.
And Radliff picks up the foul for Lane Radliff. That is his second personal foul. 8th team foul. Lane Radliff, a Richland Bomber from Richland High School. Dante Lewis at the line. A Lake Stevens Viking in his high school days. And it's good. He'll get another. Checking back in now for Whatcom will be Austin Honeycutt. Honeycutt back in. Lewis now the second free throw. Nope. And Thompson will bring it up. Kind of sort of double teamed as he got and trapped at the sideline. Trapped again. Back out it goes to Trace Tiller. Going in, just right around the defense, and Brandon Porter, sort of defense, and Brandon Porter laid it up and in, makes him 58 points. And we still have 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. Said we're on pace for 125. Here's a shot on the way. No, won't go. Try to hook pass. That won't go either for Austin Honeycutt. So all in all, not a good possession there for Honeycutt. And chance for 60 here on this possession. Do they get it? How about 61? No, won't do it as Thompson missed from the top of the key.
One thing that's nice for Walla Walla, too, it's giving a lot of their players a lot of resting time in this ball game to be ready should they win, which is pretty likely to go into the next round.
That'll be in the Final Four, and that'll be next Saturday. Tomorrow, the women take center stage. They will play 8 games here starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning all the way till 10 o'clock tomorrow night. And their Elite 8 will happen on Sunday at 2, 4, 6, and 8 p.m. And then everybody comes back. Well, the Final Four teams for both men and women to play next Saturday and Sunday, including all-star games too. So 2 full weekends here at Everett Community College. That's Martin at the line. And here comes Walla Walla with Trace Tiller out of Burns, Oregon. And he's going to be a little slow getting up. Dante Lewis picks up the foul, already his third personal foul.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact going on both ways out there. Usually they will call the defender.
Tiller averages 0.4 points per ball game, so everybody's in the action here for Walla Walla, which can only mean good things for the Warriors next year. Their head coach, Jeff Rhineland. They did not meet earlier this year. A lot of teams have already met, but they did not during the regular season. Free throw's good by Tiller. 60, there you go, 60-21. Change of direction there, turn. Boy, the lay-ins just won't go. Liam Murphy missed that one. They just can't go down for Whatcom. Their shooting, I think, is going to be right in the atrocious range.
Yeah, well, they get that turnaround jumper. Try using the backboard. Try, when things are going in from out front, change your trajectory.
This shot, no. And a push-out foul is going to be called there. Off the miss by Honeycutt. And Honeycutt's going to go to the free throw stripe. Tillman picks up the foul. First personal, second personal, 10th team. Both teams in the double bonus the rest of the half.
They'll get Tillman out right away. They don't want to risk him picking up his third, bringing Engstrom back in.
Honeycutt, a couple of free throws and 60-23 score. Trace Tiller, Porter will bring it up. Brandon Porter. And we're going to have a foul away from the basketball. The ball was on the right sideline, but they're going to call a pushing in the back foul. Honeycutt picks up the foul. His second personal foul. 10th team. We're in the double bonus and free throws here.
Trying to just body Engstrom and move him out of the way. Of course, Honeycutt gives up 6 inches to Engstrom on the inside.
Engstrom first free throw is good. Gary Engstrom from Caldwell, Idaho. Caldwell High School.
Only a 50% free throw shooter, but he knocks down his first one.
How about the second? Yep. 62-23. Murphy gives it to Anderson. Finds a screen, puts it up with the right hit. Boy, just nothing's going. Leif Anderson can't hit water if he threw it out of a boat. It's just not going in.
I'm just waiting. They're screening on ball quite a bit, but I'm waiting for them to screen away from the ball and make some cuts to the hole.
On the other end, Gary Engstrom will miss there. Quickly up the floor, going in, laying up, won't go. The breakaway lay-in by Liam Murphy just will not go.
Kiss it off the glass.
Zach Nerdin will bring it out of backcourt. I'm going to say it's probably Nerdine. Tiller to the right side, Howells back to Tiller. They'll work the perimeter, 9 to shoot. They dump it down low to Engstrom. And he lost the handle on it. It's going to be back the other way. It's Whatcom basketball. Runner won't go. Foul called up topside. Quinn Dougherty will go to the free throw line for the Orcas. Final four next Saturday. They'll play at 8 o'clock, the winner of this ball game. First personal for Nerdine.
It's been quite a while since the starters for Walla Walla have been in the ball game.
Yeah, they're going to have to re-warm up. Doherty's next one will go. 62-25. It's Tiller. Brings it up. Lost the handle. Steele going back the other way. Feed it over. Back over. One more time. Lay in. Of course, won't go. A missed lay-in there. Maybe one too many passes. Doherty missed that lay-in. Inside a minute to play in the first half. Brandon Porter has it. Trace Tiller. as they just work the perimeter left and a whistle again. A little pushing and shoving there.
Whatcom back into a man after experimenting a little bit with the zone.
And who did they get for the foul? Hayes, Callian Hayes' fourth personal foul. I don't see Callian Hayes out there. Just, yeah, no, that's 33. Yeah, the officials, they're going to call the official over. I saw him do 2-3, and it was not 2-3. It may have been 3-3, but it wasn't 2-3. It's hard to, even Callian Hayes, Bill, can't commit a foul sitting on the bench.
As much as he might try.
33, there you go. The official is the victim of the bane of broadcasters' existence. Outline numbers.
Dark numbers on dark jerseys, yep.
Dark numbers, dark jerseys from far away. Don't get Bob Rondo started on the Husky football jerseys from 6 stories up. Turn around, Leif Anderson. That one will go down. A 3-ball for Leif Anderson with a half minute to play in the first half. 63-28. Answering on the other end, yep, Brandon Porter will drop it through. We're on pace for 125. Maybe more, because with 14 seconds to go is a steal by Porter going in, laying up, won't go. Follow tip jam, that won't go either for Engstrom. Up the floor with 6 seconds to go. They left one man in the dust defensively. Anderson will shoot a 3 at the buzzer, it won't go. One more time, will they count it? No, because it didn't go in, it rattled out. Well, Bill, weird first half of basketball.
This one team could not miss in the first 10 minutes. The other team could not buy a basket in the first 10 minutes. Got up to a 40-point lead 10 minutes into this ball game, and we are close to that at 38 points at a 66-28 lead for Walla Walla over Whatcom. Nobody expected this.
The winner goes to the Final Four next Saturday at 8 o'clock against either Mount Hood or Lower Columbia. We will come back, have our second half. We'll take a look at the stats as well. Our score at the half, Walla Walla 66, Whatcom 28. You're watching the NWAC Men's Basketball Tournament on STSPN.com.
You know you need a getaway when your laundry pile is bigger than the last mountain you biked. It's time. Go Oak Ridge, the mountain bike capital of the Northwest, where you'll find miles of single track without lots of people. After your downhill ride, swap stories and battle scars over a pint, then stay and play another day. To plan your getaway, go to EugeneCascadesCoast.org/go. It's time. Go Oak Ridge.
Lewis County, home of the Willapa Hills Trail. Scenic farmland and forested landscapes await you as you cross century-old trestles on the Whatcom and Chehalis rivers with glimpses of Mount Rainier. Bring your horse, walk your dog, or enjoy a bike ride with the family and take part in the annual Ride to Willapa Bicycle Festival. Get outside and unwind. Your adventure awaits along the Willapa Hills Trail in Lewis County.
This is my classroom. These are my school supplies. This is my laboratory. These are my assignments. This is my study group. This is my career. Apply and enroll now to the NIC Pharmacy Technology Program. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
And you're watching STSPN.com!
I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that.
Before there could be a nation, there had to be people willing to fight for it, to take on the world's greatest challenges, whatever they might be. So the U.S. Army masters not only tactics and strategy, but also physics and chemistry. We make battle plans and create breakthroughs in medicine, science, and engineering. Our next mission could be anything, so we prepare for everything.
And we welcome you back to the Walt Price Student Fitness Center here on the campus of Everett Community College. Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler. Thanks for being with us here on STSBN.com. Game number 11, the Elite 8 round. It's the Whatcom Orcas and the Walla Walla Warriors. Warriors up big, Bill, 66-28, and you've got to look at some of the numbers that tell us why.
You can see it's pretty obvious in the first half. Walla Walla shot 53% from the field, 52% from three-point range, hit 87% of their free throws, whereas Whatcom just 20% from the field, 25% from three. They did hit 79% of their free throws. Walla Walla 10 assists to just 3 for Whatcom. Leading rebounder for Walla Walla, Bo Tilleman with 8. Alex Martin has 5 rebounds for Whatcom. Scoring, first for Walla Walla, they're led by the 22 points of Dalton Thompson on 5 for 8 shooting from three-point range, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He has 22. Gabe Porter has 13. All of those in the first 10 minutes of the ball game. Then 9 points for Bakalarski, 7 for Brandon Porter, 4 for Landon Ratliff, 6 for Bo Tilleman, 2 for Trace Tiller, and 3 for Gary Engstrom. For the Whatcom, they were led by the 10 points of Leif Anderson, then 4 points apiece for Darty, Lewis, and Martin, and 2 points apiece for Honeycutt and Liam Murphy. So, you know, they talked about the long runs in the first half. Well, Whatcom did have a 5-0 run there going at one point, but Walla Walla had a 28-3 run in that early in the ball game that just took the starch right out of the Orcas.
PSG Washington is a proud sponsor of this year's tournament. The PSG team of highly skilled employee benefit consultants is here to guide you toward making the best decisions for your business and employees. Throughout the Northwest, no other firm can match their unparalleled blend of experience and dedication to customer service. PSG Washington, we're not satisfied until you're satisfied. And we're getting set for the second half to get underway. All Walla Walla in this one. The winner of this game plays next Saturday, 8 o'clock in the Final Four That will be the fourth of 4 games that day. 2 women's Final Four games and 2 men's Final Four games 1 week from tomorrow. And that'll be against either Mount Hood or Lower Columbia. They play tonight in the 8 o'clock game, the nightcap of 4 games here at Everett Community College tonight. So the possession arrow, alternating possession, starts with Whatcom.
All right, let's see if they can get something going here to start off.
See if they win the second half. Start at 0-0 and see where we are at the end. Or will Walla Walla get to 125, like I predicted early on? Leif Anderson will try a 3. That'll go down.
That's how he just started out the ball game, and that gives him 13 points.
Maybe this end of the court is maybe better, and this end is haunted. We'll see what happens here.
So Whatcom kind of extending their defense a little bit out front.
They get it down low, turn, face. See, haunted, it won't go. The first shot there was no good by Tillman. Back up, that one won't go. A miss by Thompson. And the rebound controlled by the Whatcom Orcas, Alex Martin. That shot won't go. And then the rebound grabbed by Tillman. And again, out of backcourt, here comes Walla Walla. Ratliff will give it off to will give it off to Thompson. There's Bakalarski with it. Yeah, the starters didn't get a lot of minutes in that first half. They were up by so much. They'll get a few minutes here in this second half and then get ready probably to play in the Final Four next week, but except here's a turnover. Bad pass by Dalton Thomas and picked off by Whatcom. Anderson goes into the lane and puts it up and in. He's hit his first 2 shots of the second half, and it's 66-33, double score. Now Ratliff.
That matches Whatcom's biggest run of the game, a 5-point run.
There's Gabe Porter, puts up an air ball, haunted on this end. It must be the loose connection on the scoreboard. Going in, nice little pass underneath, lay it up, and it is good by Dalton Lutens.
Whatcom comes out and puts a 7-point run together to start this half.
66-35, the lead is 31 points. Answering with a 3, won't go, missed by Bakalarski. Another rebound for Whatcom, haunted on this end. They haven't scored yet. Up the floor we go, and for another bucket, up and in. That is Lutens with that one. That's 66-37. Going in, scoop lay in, won't go. Back up, no. Pass off by Ratliff.
Timeout called.
And a timeout on the floor. Much to the delight of the Whatcom Orcas, they will take a timeout. That's a full timeout, so we'll step aside with 17:35 to go in the basketball game. Walla Walla 66, Whatcom 37. 30-second break right here on STSPN.com.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
$66-37. Walla Walla with a big lead over Whatcom, although, Bill, Whatcom's made kind of a little run here.
Came out with a 9-point run, and it's kind of hard. You have a 38-point lead at halftime. Kind of hard to motivate your players, but Coach Jeff Reinland was not very happy when he talked to his charges during that timeout.
So the Warriors will inbound. Kind of sandwich there. Dalton Thompson has the ball stripped away from him. Stolen by Anderson, and then they're going to have a foul called. They're going to say no shot. The foul happened out here on common foul, and it's going to be a holding foul against Landon Ratliff. Picks up the foul. His third, first team. And out of bounds for Whatcom on the far sideline. Leif Anderson from Seaholm High School, Seaholm Mariner, looking to throw it in. To Quinn Dougherty, back to Anderson again. Walla Walla is yet to score here in the half. And another foul called. And this one is going to be against Gabe Porter.
Walla Walla looks a little bit perplexed out there. It's like,
Yep.
what has happened to our mojo?
Because this end of the Walt Price, it's Walt Price's ghost right there on this end of the basketball floor. His third personal, second team.
Obviously, that's not the case, but it just gets in people's heads, and you know.
You're scared. You're ooh, scary. Missed there by Leif Anderson. And Radliff will bring it up. Lane Radliff goes, go down to the floor. A rugby scrum, a jump ball, held ball, alternating possession. And it's going to retain possession for Walla Walla with 16 on the shot clock. 17:01 to play in the game.
Well, it's certainly clear who is forcing the action here in the second half. It's just whether they have enough time.
There's a underhanded pass that was kicked away and then grabbed back by Porter. Down low it goes and travel. Tell you what, Landon, you laugh, you scoff at me about the haunted end of the gym. Maybe Jimmy Hoffa is.
I often scoff at you. This is really not anything new.
66-37. Dribble along the baseline, reverse lay-in. Well, that's going to be blocked out of there. That reverse lay-in swatted out, and it's going to grab up the floor, going in, laying up finally. First 2 points of the second half for Walla Walla, scored by Brandon Porter at the 16:30 mark to play in the game.
Took them 3.5 minutes.
At 3.5 minutes in the first half, they were up by 20. Little reverse hook shot is up and good. That was scored there by Tilleman. Scored there by Quinn Dougherty. And Walla Walla basketball. Walla Walla in the gold uniforms. Moving to the right. Thompson inside, little runner, won't go for Porter. Back up, it will go for Brandon Porter. Brandon Porter put it back up and in. It's 70-39.
Brandon Porter's come off the bench and given Walla Walla some energy.
And now Whatcom goes down low. Couldn't hit the lay-in, but a couple of free throws coming up here for Dalton Lutens out of Linden Christian High School. A Lynx when he was in high school. His third personal foul. Tilleman's third personal. Third team foul. First free throw is no good. And so another one coming up here for Dalton Lutens. No good, 70-39. That's Radliff to Thompson. Corner, three ball, rattles off, no good by Bakalarski. Saved by Porter and off of Leif Anderson and out of bounds. So nice job there by Porter, and Walla Walla will retain possession of the rock in their front court.
Whatcom changing up their defenses between man and a zone, giving them a little different look each time down the floor.
Bakalarski, it will go down from 10 feet away. Colin Bakalarski from South Kitsap High School. On top of the key for three, that's an air ball. Misses everything for Quinn Dougherty and lands out of bounds, so on the turnover and the missed shot, give it right back to Walla Walla. Bakalarski, he'll stop on top of the right hand to put it in from the left side of the key from about 12 feet away.
Seems like it's a different guy, every time. They've got so many weapons.
We're going to have a foul called here. As going down hard was Dalton Lutens. And they're going to call Lutens for the foul, and we're going to step aside with the first under 15 media timeout with 14:53 to play here in the in the whole ball game. Walla Walla 74, Whatcom 39. This is the STSPN.com.
You are invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all four corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive.
Every guardsman knows the call. It has many meanings, but when it's spoken, the message is clear. Heard, understood, acknowledged. Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
And so back to action here with Bakalarski to throw it in for Walla Walla in front court. Just waiting for the time to elapse and everybody to gather on the floor. And here we go. Big lead for Walla Walla, 74-39. Dalton Thompson back out for Landon. Landon Radliff looked at the shot, then got it down lower instead, and the ball's going to be taken away. Tillman lost the handle on it, and Anderson comes out of backcourt for Whatcom. He'll stop and he'll shoot a three that won't go. Tap up, that's going to be a miss as well for Dalton Lutens, and Walla Walla will have possession as they come out of backcourt. Thompson in the corner now for a Gabe Porter that won't go. Brandon Porter missed. They have two Porters on the team. Actually, they have three Porters. Noah hasn't played, too. We have one from Walla Walla, one from Eastmont, and the other from Walla Walla. I'm guessing two are brothers. We're going to have a hand check foul here. And they will whistle this one. It'll be Thompson. Dalton Thompson picks up the foul, his first personal foul, fourth team foul. And Anderson looking to throw it in. Gets it into Liam Murphy. Around the corner they go. Back over to Anderson. He'll shoot a three and drop it in. Leif Anderson from Seaholm puts it in. 74-42. The lead is 32 points. That's Brandon Porter. Cross court, stolen away. Taken, Anderson, right back he goes to Martin, and the lay-in is good. Martin got the steal, got the pass off to Anderson, back to Martin for the lay-in. It's up and good, and now it's going to be Leif Anderson who picks up the foul.
That was absolutely perfect the way you would draw it up, a 2-on-1 fast break where you get rid of the ball early on the bounce pass, you get the return pass for the lay-in.
So the foul there on Anderson, his third personal foul. And it'll be Walla Walla in the corner for three, won't go. Bakalarski a miss. And the putback is up and in for Brandon Porter. And it's 76-44. Now Anderson looking to clear out some shooting space. He does, and that's why, because he drops it in. Leif Anderson with another three ball.
So Anderson with 11 points in the quarter, 21 for the game.
Back out top of the key. Radliff, now Brandon Porter rattles off, and then two Orcas are fighting each other to grab the basketball. Liam Murphy. Now to Martin, back to Murphy again, then driving down through the lane. I thought maybe there was a travel before any of that happened for Dalton Lutens. He goes to the deck, and then he is going to get a free throw with an and one coming up here, and the foul is going to be called on a Walla Walla Warrior. The fifth team foul, and it's going to be the fourth personal for Bo Tillman from Genesee, Idaho.
Well, Whatcom has come out and outscored Walla Walla 21-10 here in the second half. Shows a lot of character after being down so far at halftime.
Dalton Lutens hits the free throw, completes the three-point play, and it's 76-50. It was a 40-point lead. Brandon Porter waits. He gets it off to his teammate. Gary Engstrom just stood there, wait for two black shirts to fly by him, and then he just calmly, as you please, laid it up and in. Answering on the other end is Lutens with a long three that will not go. Brandon Porter had it. It was stripped away from him, grabbed by Bakalarski. And it'll be Walla Walla basketball.
Engstrom did a good job. There's such a tendency for a big guy to want to stuff it in a situation like that, and he just made go for the sure points.
Brandon Porter back out for a top of the key three that won't go for Dalton Thompson. Saved by Whatcom. Orcas basketball. Out of backcourt is Martin. Goes in all the way. Can't hit it. Missed it. And then one of the shortest guys on the floor, Landon Radliff, grabs the rebound for the Warriors. He feeds it forward to Thompson. He'll shoot and he'll miss. Rims off, no good. Lutens grabs another rebound. And here comes the Whatcom Orcas again. And this ball, it's going to be last touch by Whatcom. Kind of went through the wickets of a couple of different players from each team and finally goes out of bounds. So it'll be Walla Walla basketball.
Leif Anderson goes out. He played all 20 minutes of the first half. This is the first time he's had a breather. Bring in Dante Lewis, who hit a three-pointer right when he came into the first half.
Looking for a challenge? Push yourself further. Begins when you enlist as a soldier in the U.S. Army. You'll be trained in one of more than 150 career fields and could even earn more for college if you qualify. To find out more, visit your local Army recruiter or log on to goarmy.com. Walla Walla basketball. Landon Radliff with it, and then a block foul is going to be called. Kind of looking back, Dante Lewis says, "What? Me? Really?" And he's going to pick up his fourth personal foul.
Yeah, he is trying to pressure him out there, but he is 30 feet away from the hoop.
Yeah.
And that's not a shot that anyone's going to take out there.
Well, maybe. The way Walla Walla shot in the first half. Brandon Porter, he'll dribble in, back out for a long three, right corner. Down it will go for Landon Radliff. Give Brandon Porter the assist on that long outside three ball. This is Dante Lewis. He will shoot from long outside range. Won't go. Now what are they going to say for, they're going to say a jump ball. You know, you almost could have said Kalian Hayes backed in because standing there was Gary Engstrom, had the hold of the basketball. Over the top, wasn't touching anybody, and then Kalian Hayes kind of backed into him.
Yeah, that was a good non-call because oftentimes they'll call the bigger guy for over in the back even if he doesn't initiate the contact.
Brandon Porter goes to the bench, and he'll be replaced in there by Gabe Porter. It's Whatcom basketball going in. A little power move by Lutens, was going for the slam. It wasn't going to go. He missed it. And here comes Walla Walla. Radliff. Guarded by Murphy. Picks up a screen, turns and shoots. Radliff misses. And Martin grabs the rebound for the Orcas.
Martin averaging 16 points per ball game, but he's had a tough shooting night today.
Liam Murphy lays it up and in for the Orcas. Whatcom Community College out of Bellingham. About 60 miles north of where we sit here in Everett. Over my left shoulder. Little feed there for Gabe Porter. They're just going to work the perimeter here. They can afford to take a lot of time off the clock. Dalton Thompson. He will shoot. Miss. Lutens with the rebound. And Martin had it over the shoulder, feeds it to Murphy, traveled with the basketball. And with that, we step aside with 9 minutes and 39 seconds to play in the basketball game. It's Walla Walla 81, Whatcom 52. This is the NWAC men's basketball tournament on STSPN.com.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring. But we do know who will solve them.
We're here, the NWAC basketball tournament, 81-52. Warming up, Mount Hood and Lower Columbia are warming up on the one of the players on the track. Now he's going to do some stretching here. 3 floors above is where we are on a 1-2-3 lane running track. Now if you want to run now, Bill, there's a lot of junk in the way.
Yeah, well, I'll be careful. I'm gonna between games. I'll get in a couple miles, or maybe not.
Beautiful facility here at Everett Community College. If you're out and about watching us all over the world here on the web, come on out to Everett Community College. Tomorrow the women start. 8 games tomorrow for the women, 4 more games on Sunday, and then everybody's back for the Final Four for both genders next weekend. Little runner there, but not going to happen. Landon Radcliffe lost the handle on it. Then going down is Callian Hayes. Powered his way to the rack, got fouled on the way in, and that's going to be Dalton Thompson, I believe, the guilty party here. Yep, Thompson picks up the foul. For Thompson, that'll be his 2nd personal foul. And the 6th team foul against Walla Walla. And Callian Hayes from Bellingham. And he's from Bellingham. First free throw won't go.
To make any kind of a comeback, you have to kind of play perfectly, and that kind of starts at the free throw line of hitting them. He does get the second.
Second one goes, and it's 81-53. Be a huge undertaking. But like you said, it just about has to be perfect, and you've got to play defense on the other end. That was a long 3 ball that would not go. That was a miss there by Gabe Porter. I thought Engstrom had the basketball, but it was taken away from him. Down it goes to Hayes. A power move, goes in, won't go.
That's a flagrant.
That's going to be a flagrant foul, I believe, on Engstrom.
Yeah, he was really throwing elbows around.
Yeah, he was up high with the elbows, and they're going to send him to the bench, and they're going to look at the monitor, I believe.
Well, that seemed fairly obvious to me. He had elbows flying right at face level. Of course, he is 6'10", and so his elbows are gonna be there.
So the officials are going to go to the monitor to double check whether that's going to be a. Yeah, like you said, it seemed pretty obvious from just watching the game.
I don't know exactly what the call is. Whether they review every single flagrant call, or whether it's just a judgment as to whether they're going to go over to the monitor or not.
EVCC trivia time. Why do 19,000 students choose Everett Community College every year? Well, the answer, we have fun with sports, live music, and more. You'll never want to leave. Register now for spring classes at everettcc.edu. So the official is taking a look as grabbing that rebound was Gary Engstrom, and then he had the elbows up around ear height, and then he just started doing a little washing machine action, spin cycle, and can't remember who he clubbed with his elbow. He did kind of look like Beyonce when he was dancing out under there.
Oh, I don't know. If I had a choice, I'd probably prefer to watch Beyonce, but that's just me.
So they came out to have a little meeting at the center court, and now they're going to go back and take a look at the monitor. And still to decide here, both teams kind of a free timeout here. 8:55 to play in the game. 81-53 the score. Walla Walla with the big lead. Not as big as it was. It was 40 points a little earlier. Now the 3 officials, Bob Holloway, Jesse St. Pierre, and Tyler Morales, will discuss things at the center line.
I know, they want to get it right, but
Yeah.
it seems like they could kind of speed up the process just a little.
Yeah. So they
Yeah.
call it it's going to be a flagrant foul. No, excuse me, it's an intentional foul. It's intentional. They're going to talk to the coaches. So the intentional foul is going to be on Gary Engstrom. Now, Tom Rawlings doesn't look very pleased with it, but I think that's the right call. He had the elbows up, he had the wings up,
Yeah.
and the flaps out. So that is going to send Leif Anderson to the free throw line. So he was the recipient of the elbow.
Yeah, Engstrom kind of gesturing with his teammates how he thought he had gone around, but I don't know. I thought he got an elbow out there. I think it's a good call.
Okay, so here we go. Maybe eventually they'll turn off Beyonce and we'll have basketball. Here we go. Leif Anderson will be at the free throw line for Whatcom. First one is good.
22 points now for Anderson. The only Orca in double figures. Now 23.
And now it will be their ball. Whatcom retains possession here, 81-55. And now we've got...
Oh, somebody get that child up. A little 2-year-old boy runs out onto the floor. Mom running after him.
I think we've had everything but the kitchen sink in this one. Dribbling in, Lutens lays it up and in. So I don't know if they're going to catch up or they're going to make it interesting anyway, because they're...
That down to 24. Once a 40-point deficit has been whittled to 24.
Tight roping the center line there was Landon Radliff, and they're going to call the foul. It's going to be on Leif Anderson, and he picks up his 4th personal foul. Seems to me not a foul you want to pick up because you're the trigger man if you're going to make any kind of run to try to get back in this ball game.
Yeah, and just play tough defense. Walla Walla has certainly cooled off shooting the basketball. Just play solid defense and work their way on offense.
Little runner that won't go for Radliff. And Anderson out of backcourt. He will shoot a 3. It goes down.
Oh, that was a long one. That was about 6 feet beyond the stripe.
81-60. Lead is 21 points. Boy, elbow goes up.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to call that. That's the right call for Dalton Thompson. Put up the elbow.
He did that earlier in the game, and actually they called it on the defender. I thought it was an offensive foul that time. It certainly was this time. And all of a sudden, the Whatcom Orcas have cut that 40-point deficit almost in half.
And Tom Rawlings will call his charges over because Jeff Reinland from Walla Walla says, let's call timeout, and we'll call timeout as well. With 8:02 to go in the game, it's the Warriors 81, the Orcas 60. The men's basketball tournament on STSPN.com.
Lewis County is full of opportunities, especially when it comes to our food. Here, our farmers are growing food and making products that provide healthy, fresh, and tasty options for your family. Lewis County is also home to many restaurants that purchase directly from these farms and offer entire meals made with ingredients fresh off the farm. Meet your farmer, know your food. We make it easy in Lewis County.
Well, Whatcom trying to make it interesting. They have the basketball. Down now by 21. It was 40. That is Alex Martin going in. A little double pump lay-in will not go. And a foul is going to be called, and he'll have to earn him at the free throw line. That's going to be 4 personal fouls on Thompson. 9 team fouls, and Alex Martin at the free throw line.
So one more foul, and Whatcom will be in the double bonus for the last almost 8 minutes of this game.
First free throw is good. Alex Martin from Meridian High School in Whatcom County. And he's got another one coming up here. And it's going to be no good. And Brandon Porter grabs the rebound for Walla Walla. That's Radliff.
Yeah, they put Anderson on the baseline. They're trying to hide him with his 4 fouls.
Radliff again, back out for a long 3. Boy, that went deep in the well. It would not go. A miss there for Bakalarski. And the rebound controlled by Whatcom. Anderson has it. Bounces it down to Hayes. A power move to the rack. Puts it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Back up and in.
Yeah, Walla Walla had 10 threes in the first half. They only have 1 here in the second half. And all of a sudden they've gone below 20. It's an 18-point deficit. They've whittled off 20 points of that lead.
Callian Hayes is going to be called for the foul. And that's going to be his 4th personal foul. So a lot of players teetering with 4 fouls, the 5th team. And so sideline inbounds here, right in front of our camera location for Gabe Porter. Going in for Brandon Porter, won't go. The follow-up is good by Colin Bakalarski.
Bakalarski's had a big second half, and they've needed him.
To Hayes. Laying good.
He is really physical underneath.
Callian Hayes from Bellingham High School. And out of backcourt, here they come. Walla Walla with it. Elevate, fire, 3. No for Brandon Porter. They're getting 1 shot at it this time, and another rebound by Hayes. And up the floor comes Whatcom, getting the defender off the floor. Brandon Porter went airborne and then says, excuse me, and I'll go in and lay it in. Alex Martin does, and it's 83-67.
With a tale of 2 halves.
It's haunted on this end, I tell you. Brandon Porter. Long cross-court pass to Bakalarski. Spin move underneath, going in, laying no good. Foul called. That's going to be 4 personal fouls here on Dalton Luton's 6th team foul. So a lot of guys maybe watching the rest of this game seated on those nice padded Everett Trojan chairs on the sideline.
3 Orcas with 4 personal fouls.
So free throw here for Zach Nerdine, and the first one is good.
Okay, I stand corrected. 4 Orcas with 4 personal fouls.
So first one was good. It's 84-67. 6:03 to play. That one won't go. Brandon Porter had a hand on it, but it's taken away from him by Leif Anderson. Now to Martin. Goes in, off balance, puts it up too hard. Back up, in by Lutens. Fell to the ground as he let go of the basketball. Makes it 84-69. Now going in, a little lay-in. That won't go. Looked cool for Landon Radliff. Didn't go. Draws nothing. Up the floor they go. Dante now over to Lutens again. And he gets a...
We have a 15-point ball game here.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this. This is really something.
It was 40. I was talking about 125 points. So double bonus now for Whatcom. And free throws here for Dalton Lutens. The fouls on Nerdin, his 2nd personal foul. 10 team foul, double bonus time. First free throw good for Lutens.
Oh, Jeff Rhineland's over at the bench. He just has his face and his hand shaking his head going, what in the world is going on here?
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of hair anyway, but what little he has, he just ran his fingers through thinking it probably got a handful of it coming out. Wow, this game will age you.
This is a 13-point ball game.
84-71. Radliff can afford to take some time. Still more than 5 minutes of play in the game. Brandon Porter. Now it's kind of looking like everybody's afraid to shoot. Bakalarski will put it up and in. It's a big bucket there for Walla Walla.
Bakalarski now with 17 points.
Dribbling to the baseline, dribbling on the baseline because he traveled with the basketball. Tripping as he went down was Alex Martin. Martin will get up and he'll commit the turnover.
You can't slide on the ground with possession of the ball.
Nope. So it'll be right back over to Walla Walla. 5 minutes to play in the game. Bakalarski. Corner, jumper, Porter, good. Gabe Porter from Walla Walla puts it in. It's 89-71.
Porter's first score since the first half.
Long outside three, Anderson, it goes down. Alex Martin went to the floor and he just kind of watched it from his field level seat going up and in, and it's 89-74.
Yeah, Whatcom has scored 46 points in this half already.
Bakalarski misses. Rebound comes down, up the floor. Here we go for Whatcom. A little spin move there. Up, no good. Alex Martin is going to go to the free throw line when we come back with 4 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the basketball game. It's Walla Walla 89, Whatcom 74. You're watching the NWAC Men's Basketball Tournament on STSPN.com.
Welcome to Lewis County, home of the Willapa Hills Trail. Scenic farmland and forested landscapes await you as you cross century-old trestles on the Whatcom and Chehalis rivers with glimpses of Mount Rainier. Bring your horse, walk your dog, or enjoy a bike ride with the family and take part in the annual Ride to Willapa Bicycle Festival. Get outside and unwind. Your adventure awaits along the Willapa Hills Trail.
Well, I thought we had the best seats in the house. That's pretty good view there, Bill, from the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast seats here courtside.
Yeah. Wonder how they rate.
That's right. Let's do the second game down there.
I don't know. It might not be good PR to go and kick those women out of the couch. Just guessing.
Hey, gals, move. So here we go. Another free throw coming up here for Alex. Actually, the first one. He's got two coming for Alex Martin. First one, no. 89-74, 15-point lead. It was 40.
No matter how this game turns out, I'm really impressed with Whatcom's comeback.
That one won't go either. Boy, they needed both of those. Because now we're coming up on 4 minutes to play. And the time is on the side of the Walla Walla Warriors.
Yeah, they're not going to be in any hurry to shoot. Take as much time off the clock as possible.
Brandon Porter, Bakalarski, back out. Boy, he looked at the three and said he found a nice wide open Bo Tillman for the lay-in, up and good. And it's 91-74.
Tillman did a really good job walling off the defender with his body.
Lutens goes down, puts up an early shot that won't go. Another rebound by Walla Walla, and Landon Radliff brings it up. Brandon Porter. Again down to Tillman, back to Porter. Open three ball, corner, no. And that rebound grabbed by Quinn Dougherty for Whatcom. They've got to score early in the shot clock if they still have any kind of a notion to get it back in this one. Lutens along the baseline, back over for an open three in the corner that won't go for Dante Lewis. And a foul called. And it's going to be whistled here on Quinn Dougherty. And for Dougherty, his second personal foul.
You know, you work so hard to claw your way back, and then it comes a point where you just run out of gas a little bit, and that's sort of what's happening to Whatcom, but bully for them. What a great comeback in the second half. They could have just folded, being down by 38 at halftime, but they've shown to have a lot of heart here tonight, even though chances are they're going to come down on the losing end of this game.
Well, they came to within 13 after being down by 40. So coming from 27, if you were down by 27, that would mean you would have tied it, and that would be amazing. What's more amazing is how well Walla Walla played in that first half to jump out to that an insurmountable lead.
You know, they hit 10 threes, and they must have hit like 7 of their first 8 or something. It was just incredible.
Warrior ball.
Now, little double team, the zone pressure. They don't want to foul. They may end up having to pretty soon. They got a lot of players. They got 3 players on the floor playing with 4 fouls.
Open 3, rattles off the side, no
nice.
good, but back up and in.
Bakalarski again, now with 19 points.
Answering on the other end with a 3 ball that won't go for Dante Lewis, and another rebound for Walla Walla.
Yeah, they just came down to not enough time where they're having to hoist up threes. You know, if there were 3 or 4 minutes more on the clock when they, at that point in the run, they could still go for 2, but.
Reverse lay-in and 1 for Brandon Porter. Nice pass under there from Radliff to Porter. He got fouled on the way in, and he'll go to the free throw line. That's going to be 5.
Yeah. Now Porter has 15 points. Got good balance on the scoring for both teams. All scoring led, of course, by Leif Anderson for Whatcom. He has 29.
Robert Sime will come in for Walla Walla. First time we've seen him from Riverstone International High School in Boise. Free throw here for Brandon Porter from Eastmont High School in Wenatchee. Free throw good, 96-74.
All of a sudden that 13-point lead up to 22.
Yep. Runner goes in. Shot good by Callian Hayes, and he's going to get a free throw to top it off. And the foul is going to be called on Seme, his first personal foul. We're in the double bonus. And free throws here for Callian Hayes of the Whatcom Orcas. That is good. 96-77. Radliff. And a timeout called by the Walla Walla Warriors. I tell you what, Jeff Reinland looks like he's run about 18 laps up here on the track. He's just haggard.
Yeah, he thought he was going to have it kind of easy in the second half, kind of kick back, but no such luck.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're watching the NWAC Men's Basketball Tournament on STSPN.com.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
Still to come here, we've got basketball action coming away between the Mount Hood Saints and the Lower Columbia Red Devils. That game to follow, that's a schedule for an 8 o'clock tip-off. It's not going to be at 8 o'clock since it is 8 o'clock.
So what time did you get done last night, the final game?
See, the 10 o'clock game tipped off at 10:35. It was about 10 minutes to 12 before the game was over. Yeah. I know that Stephen Colbert was over when I got home, and I'm only about 10 minutes away from here. Kicked the ball, and so it will be a reset. No, they don't. They put it to 15. Used to be a reset. Now they don't. So Walla Walla with Radliff, Seme, back to Radliff, Bakalarski. Coming up on a minute and a half to play. Long outside shot by Radliff won't go. Brandon Porter grabs the rebound.
Another 30 seconds, minute and a half remaining in the game.
And Orcas are not any indication, they're not going to start hacking and fouling. It's just like, okay, we understand.
The only question now is whether they hit 100.
Well, they will hit 98 anyway, because that one goes up and in. Now Leif Anderson tries to hoist up another one. He's a sophomore, so he'll be done playing basketball at Whatcom Community College. Reverse lay-in, no, travel. Dante Lewis traveled. Dante Lewis, a 6'2 freshman out of Lake Stevens.
And Leif Anderson gets a really nice round of applause, ending the ball game with 29 points.
Big hug from the coaching staff.
And he is a sophomore, so this is his final game.
I don't know, tough. If he can advance now to 4-year or.
Yeah, so I don't know that he's Division I quality, but it's one of the smaller schools. I bet would love to have him.
So dribbling through the slalom there is Bakalarski. He'll swing in the corner. Long shot by Semay, won't go. Offside rebound is going to be grabbed down. Grabbed by Tanner Clark down the floor, going in. Lay-in won't go for Callian Hayes. Another putback by Clark won't go. And now with just over half a minute to play in the game, they're going to triple team Trace Tiller for Walla Walla. So Walla Walla will go back home, and they're come right back here to Everett next Saturday.
Tiller has the opportunity, if he can knock down both of these free throws, to get them into triple digits.
Trace Tiller goes to the free throw line. Callian Hayes picks up the foul for Whatcom. That's his 5th personal foul. 9th team foul and free throw here for Trace Tiller out of Burns, Oregon. I've been to Burns, Oregon. Isn't it on the way to somewhere? I guess
I suspect that's true, yeah.
Well, some places are places that you get to, and some places are places you go through to get there. First free throw is good for Trace Tiller. Next one. Yes, 100 points. 177. Shot clock is dead. Corner jumpers up and in for Tanner Clark. Now Brandon Porter. Probably they'll just dribble it out.
Well, great performance by both ball clubs in separate halves, but made for an exciting game.
So the Walla Walla Warriors will advance to the Final Four, and they will defeat the Whatcom Orcas 100-80. A strange game here at the Walt Price Sports Center.
It was, as they outscored them by 38 in the first half, did Walla Walla, and then Whatcom came back and outscored them by 18 in the second half.
Yep.
And ended up with a 20-point deficit. Whittled it down to 13 at one point, couldn't quite connect, but fun game to watch, and Walla Walla will be an interesting team to advance to see which team shows up, that first half team or the second half team coming into next week.
So it'll be Walla Walla taking on either Mount Hood or Lower Columbia. That's our next game on the docket here at Everett Community College. Again, today's final score, the Walla Walla Warriors 100, the Whatcom Orcas 80. For Bill Kusler and Buddy Patrick and our entire STSPN broadcast team, I'm Tom Lafferty. Thanks for being with us. Good night, everybody.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What is a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU is here for good.